Hi guys, welcome back to Gardening with Creations by DX & Co. Today we're actually going to unbox something I found on clearance at Walmart, and I'm excited. I really wanted another indoor growing method, and this is a soilless hydroponic system, if you will. So let's get started. All right, I know I haven't done a video for you guys in a little bit. Apologize about that. What it is I actually was running a handyman service, and that was taking up a lot of my time and keeping me away from the garden, and unfortunately. But we will be cutting back on that so we can spend a little bit more time on our hobbies. And we also just launched our online Pokemon and Lego toy store, Squishmallows, and so we're super excited about that venture. I'll put the link in the description below if any of you guys want to check that out. But that's not why we're here today. So today we're actually here to unbox this Sharper Image Glow Grow Garden. And as you can see from the box there, it is a full system, light included. No, this is not a sponsored video whatsoever. I actually saw it at Walmart of all places on clearance. So if it works out well, I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys, and you guys can check it out. So I have not picked this up, or I've not opened this up yet. This was retails at $60, and so if it's worth it, you know, that's what the retail is on it. Like I said, I found it in their clearance section. I hope it wasn't an open box. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even opened it yet. So let's check it out. It's supposed to include 1 water pitcher, 2 grow domes, and 4 grow pods themselves. So the pods, I think, are supposed to be soilless, but they might not be. They might be soil pods. So let's check it out. So inside the box here, looks like we've got the little Glow Grow manual, safety warnings, the contents, what's needed. Need seeds or succulents. We will go with seeds. I actually want to do this for the bearded dragon to grow some greens. Ever since the temps got cold outside, unfortunately, I haven't had greens. So, oh, they're talking about even seeds or cloning. So you can actually do, like, try cutting the selected plant 45-degree angle. That's cool. So they actually give you some instructions on how to clone plants. Obviously, not every plant can be cloned, but so it comes with a little water pitcher. Cool. Check that out. And don't let the animals get a hold of that. We've got a new puppy in the house and 2 new kittens, so we're up to 4 cats and 3 dogs. Whew. I don't know how we have time for any of this. So come the spring or summer, I'll show you guys the new puppy. So here are the 4 little pods here. See that? I've got some new lights here, guys, so hopefully they're not too bright for this kind of stuff. But those are those pods. These are the actual domes. They must be like the starter domes for kind of like that greenhouse effect of getting it. So it looks like it comes with 2 of those. And then we've got a plug to plug the unit in. And then we've got the unit itself right here. And get it out of the plastic. So it doesn't look like it was an open box, so that's exciting. Looks like we've got all the right pieces here. There's the unit inside. Looks like the water tank on the bottom, the light. It's kind of an all-in-one little doohickey, if you will. Get it open here. So that's great news. It wasn't, I don't know, maybe it is an open box. It's really scratched up on the top, but it doesn't look like any of the stuff's used, so that's okay. And look at that. That's a really, really neat. Let me zoom out a little bit here for you. It is got a little push button, I'm guessing, for the light. Max fill line here. And looks like this must be water tray. Pop this out here. It's taped on there. This must be where you fill up the water line. Got a little filter area for it. These are obviously where the pods go. Let me change the angle of the camera so you guys can see down what I'm seeing here. All right, so a good look there. Okay, so there's where these little seed pods go in. They go drop straight down. You put your seeds right in top here. I have to read the instructions to see if I need to get these wet first or just put them in there dry. They're very hard. They're not spongy like I would have thought. But you've got that hole right on top there for them to be able, and then you just drop those straight down there. I'm not going to drop it yet, but it sits right in there. And then, of course, we've got these little reusable domes that give that greenhouse effect. And then this bar right here is our light, water basin on the bottom. So really straightforward. Looks like this is just where we fill up our water. I like that it's got like kind of these filter things so you don't like overfill it or anything. This must be the on and off button for the light. So seems like it's really straightforward. So like just looking at the front of the box there, you've got the roots growing into the water. That's really cool. So yeah, looks like it's pretty straightforward. So why don't we double check the instructions here. Recommended seeds: mint, basil, tomato, radish, lemon. I mean, pretty straightforward. Seeds have enough nutrients, so you don't need to add nutrients. Of course, we all know that, right? Self-sustaining garden, recommended seeds: herbs, lettuce, spinach, kale. Needed. It says you want to put some hydroponic plant food in there at one point in time. So obviously that's meaning after the seed stage, because in the infancy stage they have enough, but eventually you'd probably want to put some hydroponic water solution. What I will be using, just a side note, is I'll be putting used aquarium water in there. That'll give it all the nutrients, and it'll actually be able to suck the nutrients out of that water rather than supplementing it with hydroponic plant food. Clone transfer, okay. So it says place approximately 5 seeds into the grow pod. That seems like overkill for what I would think, but I think that's just trying to guarantee your germination rate. And then insert grow pods into the lid hole, moisten the grow pods with water, and then cover them with a dome. So press the power button, the bubbler will start and the light will turn on. So a bubbler will start. So must be, that's what that is that bar is actually an aeration system. So that's really cool if that's what it is. Okay. It keeps the water moving and from stagnant, so it's an oxygenation aeration system. That's clever. Okay. I like that. Cut a piece of the selected one, that's the cloning option, and then you put the plant food and everything right through there, it's saying. So through the top. So wow, really cool. Plant the grow pod. Once you see the seeds sprouting, refer to the seeds packaging. Add hydroponic plant food according to the manufacturer's instructions. Typically, plants need 3 millimeters of hydroponic plant food initially and about another 2 millimeters every 2 weeks. Remove the dome before plant grows against it. So in other words, if the dome gets too high, you can remove this little dome if it gets too high. So that way you're not killing your plant. Once the leaves touch inside of a greenhouse and stuff like that, they tend to stick and it kills the plant. So what it's saying is once your thing sprouts, you no longer need that and you can remove it. So looks like the light would be really easy to remove too. If like say your plants were getting too high and you wanted to supplement them with a different type of light, you could just unscrew that. I think that would be pretty easy to do. This would be a great way to start some little transplants, get some going, and then go ahead and pull it out, plant it in some soil under some light. That would be interesting to see how well that would start some plants for you. So pretty neat. Let's get this thing some water. Let's get some greens for Tiny, our bearded dragon, and let's get this thing turned on and see how well the light looks on there. And I'll be right back. All right, so we've got our water filled I don't like that the light's so close that I could barely get the big picture in there, but of course they give you a much smaller picture that would have worked just fine. So we've got our bag of greens here, and I'm looking for a very specific one. This is actually just Superfoods baby greens, and this is what the bearded dragon likes. It's a mix of, it's got bok choy, broccoli, collards, kale, kohlrabi, and turnip seeds in there. Got a huge turnip out of one of these last season, but we're looking for it just for the greens, for the bearded dragon to be able to have some food, so we can kind of cut and come again. Now it said to take and try to get 5 seeds and put it in this little pod, so that's where we're gonna go for it. And if I can find the refills online, I will also try to put a link for the refill for these pods as well. All right, so just using the dome here, it says kind of a seed thing. Slowly tap them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got 5. We'll go ahead and drop that first one in there. Looks like it sits just right below the top of the actual level. I imagine kind of like the seed starter pods that you get from with the little dome and stuff like that. I imagine that are dry, like little briquettes or whatever. I imagine this will be very similar to that style and will likely spread inside this little nook as soon as they get wet. So the next step, it says, is to actually pour water on it. I found with those ones that it should always be warm water that you're pouring onto it. So I think we're going to shoot for the same thing. And I've got some warm water here in the pitcher. I topped the last bit off with warm water. I did aquarium water, which you may have noticed looked a little brown. It's not dirty water. It's actually the tannins that are being released from the soil in the aquarium. And so I've got some water from the aquarium in here, and then I've also got some warm water. And now I'm going to go ahead and just top this off here like it says to do, is soak this in there. Getting a little bit of water. Actually, I had 2 seeds roll out of there when I poured water in there. Well, they're not expanding like I thought they would, but that's okay. I imagine this light and the dome create enough heat, plus the aeration of the water. Aeration of water also causes friction and heat in the water, so I imagine that this will get rather warm, and that's what causes that dome effect, of greenhouse effect, if you will, to warm up and generate that. So next step now, it says go ahead and place our domes on top and press the button. Voila! Let there be light. It's got a very heavy buzzing sound at the moment. I can't tell if that's the light or the aerator. I do not see any aeration going on just yet. It's probably trying to suck air in from somewhere. It's just buzzing. It's interesting. Turn it off. The buzzing stopped. It's definitely a loud buzzing noise right now. I'm not getting any air. Looks like it's starting though. I can definitely see some oxygen coming off of there. It's just not really running that well. So I hope I didn't get a broken model. But give it a minute for it to kind of start circulating. Top doesn't seem to come off. I'm not even sure how you would empty this thing, unfortunately. So, doesn't look like I can do repairs just yet if I need to. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and come back and check it out and see if it's starting to do what it's supposed to do. Well, as you can no doubt see, we have reboxed up the grow kit. Unfortunately, it just had this extremely high-pitched buzzing sound. It was actually giving everybody a headache. It was that high pitch of a buzzing sound. So we didn't really get to give it a fair shake, unfortunately. Looks awesome. I was super excited about it. Could have just been because I got it on clearance, but for me, this was a fail. So unfortunately, there you have it, guys. The Sharper Image Glow Grow Garden Kit unfortunately was a fail for us. I hope you guys enjoyed this video despite that, and if you guys actually had success with this video, please reach out in the comments below. Let me know that you guys had success with your Sharper Image, because I'm sure other people would love to hear those comments as well, just because mine was a bad experience. If they had another one on the shelf, I would be happy to exchange it and try a different model. Maybe it's just this one Sharper Image. If you see this video for some reason, you want to send me one to test, I'd be happy to do so. I was really excited about this, and I'm really kind of bummed about it. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe and enjoying your gardens. Thanks for watching.